Good morning, church. I pray all is well with you this morning as we begin to study God's Word. We're in Ezekiel chapter 13, and we're going to dive into it. But before we do, I just want to say thank you to, I've really enjoyed the study of Ezekiel, but a lot of the study and the enjoyment has come out of the videos that have been put out. I believe that some of the video has some really great insights. So thank you to Bob Billingsley, Bob Myers, Justin, and Ron for your work and the videos that you put together through Ezekiel. They've really been insightful, and thank you very much. Hey, chapter 13 is really a direct message that God is sending to Ezekiel to give to the prophets. The prophets of the day were not being true prophets. In fact, you'll see in verse number 2, there it says, "Son of man, prophesy against the prophets of Israel who prophesy, and say to those who prophesy out of their own heart." They were prophesying out of their own heart. And as you study this, you'll see that what they were doing or saying was that there was going to be peace in the land, and God had not said there was going to be peace in the land. He actually calls them, says that they're lies, because they're not telling the hardness or the truth that's coming. And what they were doing was using peace and harmony to build themselves up and get people to like them. Folks, I will tell you that there are preachers in our land that I believe do the exact same thing. Everything is peace and harmony and good. And they don't tell people about their sin, what's going to happen because of their sin, and they're literally leading people astray because they don't teach the truth of what is inside God's Word and the judgment that is to come, because they want people to like them. I think that when you preach and teach God's Word, you have to preach the totality of it, including the judgment of God, but also the grace of God and the love of God and how they work together. And these prophets weren't doing that. And God says to them that they've really been teaching nonsense. And he said, "I am against you." Verse number 10, you'll hear him start talking about building these walls. Those walls are actually the lies that they've been telling. They've been building these walls, and you'll see that he says that it is used untempered mortar. In other words, they're no good. These lies that they're saying to people will crumble when the storms come. And God describes that throughout verses 10 through 14 about these walls being built out of non-tempered mortar and how they're going to crumble in the storm, and God's going to send the storm and they will come crashing down. Now, whenever you get into verse number 17, you'll see that it changes from the prophets to the prophetesses, or the female or the women prophets. And it's really the same message, except for God changes it. Instead of talking about the lies that way, he talks about the magic and the charms that they use. But God, the message that God gives to them is exactly the same. He says that they're lying to the people. In fact, at the very end of verse number 19, he says, "You are lying to my people who listen to your lies." And so God calls them out, and God says, "I'm going to destroy that, and you're going to be haunted because of it." And I want you to look at verse number 22. "Because the lies you have made the hearts of the righteous sad, whom I have not made sad. You have strengthened the hand of the wicked, so that he does not turn from his wicked ways." He said everything's going to be okay. They haven't told him about their wickedness, and so they feel strengthened, but yet the righteous feel sad. And so God, in chapter 13, calls out the prophets of the day and tells them that they're going to be destroyed and held accountable for it. Anyway, I hope that you enjoy Ezekiel chapter 13. Look forward to seeing you on Sunday. Lord willing, may God bless you. Have a great day.